Welcome back to the channel. Today I brought poetic devices of the poem The Laburnum Top by Ted Hughes, and along with it a very important question: who is the engine and who is the machine in this poem? So let's get started. Quickly we'll be dealing with all these questions. Now first of all, I've already uploaded line by line explanation of the poem which you can watch. Now let's solve the confusion. Now in this line, it's written, she enters the thickness and a machine starts up. Now, she obviously here, she is referring to goldfinch. So I'm writing GF for the goldfinch. And when the bird enters, a machine starts up. So what starts up at that time? It is the chitterlings, the trimmer of the wings, and the trillings. And all these things, these are the babies. These are the baby birds. They have started flapping their wings, so they are very happy because their mother has entered. So that means the machine starts up here. It is referred to the baby. So it is very obvious. So machine, here it is referring to babies in the nest. Now, along with that, what's happening? The whole tree trembles. So this is along with the babies. This is accompanying. So the tree, it is secondary to the babies. So this is the machine part. Now, next line says, it is the engine of her family. Now, this it word, it is confusing here. Now, it here, it is neuter gender here. So we use this for birds and animals. So here, it is the engine of her family. It is the bird, the goldfinch. So this is again goldfinch. Goldfinch is the engine of her family and she stokes it full. She is stokes here, it means to feed. And whom is she feeding? She is feeding the chicks. So this it is the chicks. She is feeding the chicks, and engine is referring to the bird, to goldfinch. So this is now, I hope it's not confusing, but again there are different ways to perceive it. So I find that this is most convincing, and whichever way you perceive it, whichever way you interpret it, it depends upon you. Now let's move on to the literary devices. So here the literary devices, the first thing to be noticed is that the poem, it is written in a free verse, so there is no fixed rhyme scheme. Now assonance in the first line and alliteration in the second line. Now, what is assonance? Assonance is the repetition of a vowel sound. So, first line, I sound, is and still here, and silent and quiet. So, this is repetition of the vowel sound I. Now, then alliteration in line 2. So, here we have September and sunlight. And here in line 1, it can be silent and still. So, this is also sir sound repeating, and this is alliteration. Now moving on. Next stanza. So till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup. So enjambment in line 1 and 4. So line 1, enjambment, it means that the thought of the first line or any line, it is moving on to the next line. There's no breakup. So till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at the branch end. So here there is a pause, here there is a break. So this is enjambment. Now line 4 also has the same kind of enjambment. So she enters the thickness and a machine starts up of chitterlings and a tremor. So here again there is no break. So the thought of this line, it is moving on to the next line. But here we have a hyphen. So this is not enjambment. Now, simile is there in line 3. So let's see line 3. So sleek as a lizard. So this is simile. Personification in line 6. So tree trembles. So this is personification. So tree, it is given the quality of trembling. Then onomatopoeia, line 1 and line 5. So line 1, twitching chirrup. Now chirrup, it is a sound word. The babies, they are chirping, so therefore it's onomatopoeia. Then line 5 here, we have chitterlings, and here we have trillings. So the birds, they are making this noise, and therefore it is onomatopoeia. Then there's a metaphor in line 4. So let's quickly see metaphor. So obviously the word machine, because it is actually denoting the chicks in the nest. So this is a metaphor. Then we have assonance in line 1 and line 5. So coming to line 1, so here we have I sound again here, finch, then with, then twitching, then chirrup. So again it is assonance. Then we have it in line 5 also. So again it's the same sound, I, chitterlings. We have wings, we have trillings, and here two eyes here. Then alliteration in line 2, 3, and 6. So you can take out alliteration. You can identify alliteration on your own. So quickly, I'll tell where we have alliteration. So alliteration, we have in line 2, suddenness and startlement. So this is alliteration in line 2. Then line 3, it is alert here and it is abrupt here. Then line 6, we have tree and trimple, stir sound. But we will not take this because this is stir sound, this is not stir sound. So this is not included in this. So these are the poetic devices from these lines. Now we move on to the next one. So here, enjambment from line 2. So from line 2, enjambment, it continues till the end. So no pause, no break. Then metaphor in line 1 and 3. Now let's consider metaphor in line 1. So it is the word engine, which is referring to the goldfinch. So I've already explained this. Then line 3, identity mask. Now this identity mask, it is a metaphor too. Now how it is a metaphor? Now I'll explain this with the help of a picture. Now here you can see these are the flowers, the laburnum tree, flowers. So these flowers, you can see that these flowers, they hang like bars. Now if goldfinch, suppose, is sitting here, so when a sunlight will fall, it'll enter through these bars, and on the face of a goldfinch, a shadow will fall. So that shadow will look like this. You can see in the pictures a shadow falling on the face of this woman. So it will look like this, and these bars you can see on the face because the sunlight, it is passing through these leaves. So it has taken a shape of a mask, as if she is wearing a mask on her face. So that is why the poet writes here, showing her barred face identity mask. So this identity mask, actually it is the shadow that is falling on the face of the goldfinch. So that is why this is again a metaphor. It is metaphor is for shadow. It is referring to the shadow. Then comes a transferred epithet in line 3. Now same line we have transferred epithet also. Now how? So here's definition of transferred epithet. It is when an adjective that is usually used to describe one thing, it is transferred to another. That one thing, it is mainly a noun. So now here let's read the line once again. Showing her barred face identity mask. So face, it is barred, it is used to describe the face. But actually the face is not barred. So here you can see the shadow. Shadow is in the form of bars on the shape. On the face. So that is why this word barred is actually referring to identity mask, but it is transferred from identity mask to face. So that is why it is transferred epithet. I hope that it is clear. So that is why in line 3, the transferred epithet, it is barred because it is actually mentioned for identity mask, but it is transferred from identity mask to face. So metaphor also we've done and transferred epithet we've done. So now we move on to assonance in line 4. So line 4, again, it is the I sound. So with, then it is airy, this is delicate, whistle, chirrup, and whisperings, and this is onomatopoeia also. Whistle, chirrup, and whisperings, this is onomatopoeia also. So line 4, we have onomatopoeia also. So this is done now. So these are the literary devices, and these are the image credits for the images that I have used. So I hope that this is clear now, literary devices and the confusion about the engine and the machine. So that's all for today. Happy watching and happy preparation, and don't forget to subscribe for the channel. Bye for now.